Hey everybody, this is Ted Check, recovering reporter. CNN is launching a paywall. So for those of you who don't know what a paywall is, just imagine a virtual wall, here comes the cat. All right. Imagine online a virtual wall that you can't get over on a particular website that you can't access unless you pay money. So you pay to get over the wall. This cat. All right, so that's what a lot of websites do it. It's a subscription model, basically. A lot of websites have done it. A lot of websites have achieved success with it, but the media, not so much. You know, the media was slow to get onto the internet, first of all, and then they were even slower at figuring out how to make money off the internet. It was like, oh, what is this thing, the internet? I don't know quite how to treat it. What do we do with it? You know, it was a lot of that because they initially, years ago, they thought it was going to be a fad. And then they kind of came around and said, well, looks like it's not really a fad. Looks like it is something. And then they kind of figured out how to use it a little bit. But anyway, but they really struggled with, and I'm not an ad guy, okay? That's not my bailiwick. That's not my wheelhouse. I'm not an ad guy, but they struggled with, okay, how do we make money off ads on the internet? And when they found that they weren't having the greatest success with that, they said, oh, well, let's go to the subscription model instead. And, you know, that's hit or miss as well. Some news outlets have done great with it, and some have not. I struggle to see how it's going to be great for CNN. To me, CNN is one of those products where, you know, you have a flagship product, which is CNN, the cable show, the cable network. And anytime you try to do any offshoots of that, you know, like CNN Plus went down the toilet. You know, I think that's the only kind of real offshoot that they've done, but anytime you try to, I've seen this happen before, like WWE, right? World Wrestling Entertainment. That's the flagship. Anytime Vince McMahon tried to do anything else, like the XFL, down the toilet. World Bodybuilding Federation, down the toilet. He tried to get into movies. That didn't work out. You know, anytime you try to offshoot from your main thing, it just seems like things go awry. Okay, so I don't know if it's gonna. History would tell us this is not going to work for CNN. Also, you know, their website is actually the #1 news website in the country, in the United States. I didn't know this, but they are like this guy says right here, the most visited news website in the United States. So you'd think with the highest number of views and visits and all that stuff, right, that they would somehow be able to make money off it without having to go to a paywall. Because what's probably going to happen is they're going to have a core group of people that, will willingly, happily part with their money so that they can continue to frequent the website. You're going to have a core, smaller group of people that will do that, and then you're going to turn off the rest of the people. So the question is, will the money that you get from that core little group of people, will that be enough to make it worth it? Is it the return on investment that you're looking for when you put up this paywall at CNN.com? That's the big question. See, I think they're becoming a little bit desperate because if you look here, the cable side of things, that's not doing so well. All right. CNN primetime ratings hit 3-decade low as Mark Thompson, he's the new head honcho, searches for a strategy. So he's searching. He's like, well, I need something. Anything will do. He's throwing in the towel regarding cable. So throwing in the towel regarding cable, switching over and focusing more on CNN.com, I guess. So it suffered its worst ratings. This is fairly recent, May of this year. Okay. Suffered its worst ratings among primetime viewers in the most coveted demographic by advertisers, dealing a gut punch to the embattled new boss, Mark Thompson. Yeah, so they're getting beat. They've got abysmal numbers as far as their cable network, and that, like I said, that was supposed to be the flagship, and that's doing bad. So they're switching over to see what they can do with switching their focus to see what they can do with CNN.com. But I just don't know that the paywall is the answer. I don't know that is. I mean, you might be able to kind of do a compromise where you have exclusive content. You know, like you have your regular content that everybody sees, and then you have exclusive content that you can only find on CNN.com, and you make that the stuff that you pay for. Maybe that's a kind of a compromise. But I'm just thinking, if you are the number one news website in America, you've got to be able to put your minds together, put your brains together, people, and figure out how to make money off it without having to do this subscription thing. Because it's, like I said, it's really hit or miss. I think the New York Times has done well with it, and some other places, but then I've seen other newspapers really struggle at it. And I don't know. I don't know if this is going to work for CNN. I think it's going to turn a lot of people off, but that's just me. That's just, I'm not an ad guy. I'm not an ad guy, but there's got to be a way to make ads work with the biggest news website in America. Got to be. Anyway, let me know your thoughts, and I'll talk to you later.